Tag and hello, I'm Lyle from DragonsAteOurName and welcome back to Kingdom Come Deliverance, where we are back in Sassau and it's raining and storming and everything. We are trying to find out where the recruiters are for the gang, I guess, that mints coins. Sir Jezek is now on our side. And I guess the first thing we'll do is visit the bailiff, even though I don't think he knows anything. Okay, we are not gonna visit the bailiff because it's early in the morning. Fine, then let's wait until it's, I don't know, 8 or something. Okay, it's still gloomy, but I think that's the bailiff. Need to talk to you, wait, don't run away.
I hope I can be of help to you, knight.
You know who I am, I'm not a knight. Ask about the bandits and crimps.
I've got a few questions for you, bailiff, if you don't mind. Have you been having some trouble around here?
And what business is it of yours? Did someone complain? Who sent you here?
No one complained, though I'd be interested to know why you think they might. It was Lord Radzig who sent me.
I thought we shouldn't tell people about Sir Radzig.
Round here.
Begging your pardon, but what the devil does Sir Radzig care about it? And I keep hearing the same from Sir Sebastian, and he's got no dog in this fight either.
Sir Sebastian. Sir Radzig specifically said we shouldn't say his name. And I didn't even get a chance to avoid it. Sir Sebastian, there must be quite a few strangers here. I hear they've been recruiting bandits. Have you heard gossip about any strangers? There must be quite a few strangers here.
You have an inn and the horse trails cross here. There must be many travellers come seeking work and not all of them honest men.
Aye, it's true. Bedlam has broken out once or twice, and restoring order was no easy matter.
Has there been anything like that lately?
No. It's been quiet here lately. Now that I think about it, I don't recall coming across anyone here like that.
Nobody looking for soldiering work, maybe as a merchant's guard?
There's always one or two like that. But if they don't get the job, they move on.
Have you heard gossip about any strangers?
Have you heard any talk of strangers in the town? Maybe people acting oddly?
Nothing worth mentioning. Sure, there's been some talk about the miller. Folks saying they've been seeing him doing this or that, or people visiting him at night. But he's never done anything. He's a decent enough man for a miller.
I'll try asking him if he's heard anything.
He lives on the other side of the river, by the bogs. But don't go getting your hopes up. He might not be able to help.
Well, thank you, bailiff.
Thank you, bailiff.
Goodbye.
Still a bit confused that we just threw out Sir Radzig's name the first chance we got. They are. Hello, Miller Simon.
I'm honored that a knight such as you takes an interest in me.
Cool. Have you heard of anyone looking to recruit rough men?
You haven't heard of any recruiters?
Such a weird way of asking
People
it.
looking for armed men?
Perhaps, but I'll not speak of it now.
Why not? It's important.
Because we're in the middle of something.
Come on. Nothing bad will happen if you talk to me.
Perhaps not, but I'll tell you when we're done. My memory will be sharper then.
Right. Christ, it's like pulling teeth with you. I hope you're more generous with your groschen than your words.
What am I supposed to do? I'm confused. We're in the middle of something? What are we in the middle of? I am so confused. Do I have like a... Do I have a mission from him? Okay, I'm guessing I have to... I'm still in the middle of a thievery mission for him. I'm guessing that's what we have to do, so I'm quickly gonna do that and then come back. That was more work than I would care to admit, but I got it. Simon, if I do this now...
What can I do for you?
Have the thing. I have the cloth.
I have that cloth for you.
Oh, excellent. Here's your reward.
Awesome. Have you heard about the guys? Are we talking about that now? Please? Oh my god, do I have to do all the jobs for him in order to Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go ask... Do I really have to do all of these now before I can do anything else with him? I'm gonna go ask Sebastian if he knows something. Please, Sebastian, know something. Nope, I can't even talk to him. Can I ask the other innkeepers? Are you the innkeeper? You are. Hi.
God grant you health. How may I help you?
I'm looking for some people, exactly. Haha.
I'm looking for some people you might know something about.
If they come here to drink, maybe. But I won't aid you in any mischief.
It's not mischief. I'm looking for the Crim's recruiting adventurers. And what about any ruffians in town? Now adventurers, we'll go with a nice description.
I've heard some rough men come here looking to recruit. Have they ever stopped in to eat or drink? Or to arrange something?
There were some brawlers that used to fight behind the tavern. But they raised such a commotion, I went and complained. And the town watch drove them off somewhere.
I wasn't thinking about that lot. I'm looking for recruiters that hire mercenaries and other cutthroats.
Don't know about that. Every once in a while, a merchant will hire some help or an escort, but nothing more. Nobody comes here regular. I'd notice if they did.
Where are these brawlers now?
Do you happen to know where the brawlers you complained about moved on to?
I've not got the slightest inkling. I'm just glad all the shouting stopped. It scared the horses in the stables.
Any ruffians?
You haven't heard talk of any scoundrels in town?
Well, I have heard some things, but I can't say if they're true or not. There's some that talk just to hear the sound of their own voices.
And who's the most frequent topic of that kind of gossip?
Miller Simon.
Okay, so
They
I
say
have
he's
to
rich
do
with coin,
Simon's
and
stuff.
It's not from the mill. But that's nonsense. Folk just don't know how much a mill can earn.
Anyone else?
Aye, there's talk of the knacker giving people the evil eye, or them that's not in bailiff's good graces. But I don't suppose that's what you want to know.
Oh, I can.
Thank you,
okay. Oh,
Not at all. Would you like something to eat? Or drink?
no thanks.
God
That's...
be with you.
Thank you. Thank you. I have another avenue that I can take. That is very good, because I really don't want to do all of those things for Simon right now, because they are not the most exciting thing. It's just wait for nightfall, steal something type of stuff. Gravedigger, hello.
God save you, good night. What can I do for you?
Are you the knacker?
Are you the local knacker?
I'm the local gravedigger. But if there aren't any burials to take care of, I'll turn me hand to knackery.
Well, then you might know a lot of things that others don't.
I'm a decent man. Not always honest, but decent.
That's totally... I am looking for decent, honest man. Not honest man, I mean. Is there anything fishy going on here? And what has been happening here lately? Yeah.
And what's been happening in Sasau lately?
Nothing interesting. Except maybe that bitch being slaughtered.
What? Who was she, a villager? I wouldn't call that nothing interesting.
No! I mean a dog bitch. It was a while back, but they called me to clear it up.
What happened?
The dog looked like she'd been hacked to bits. They were scared
Poor
it was
doggo.
some demon. But as far as I could see, someone took a sword or an axe to her.
Why on earth would anyone do that?
What do I know? Maybe he was snooping around where he shouldn't, and the bitch went for him. I hear there was some dog-bitten fellow being cared for at the monastery. Only they kept him there on account of a broken leg. Maybe that's the same one.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. I'll be going now.
Very well. Feel free to stop by any time. People shy away from me, except when there's a death, or the cesspit's full. God be with you.
Okay, so we have a dude in the monastery who had something to do with dog. It's you, right, Thomas?
Oh, it's you.
You're better.
I see you look much better.
No, I feel much better. Then I heard it was all down to you. Thank you. If you ever need to know about anything that's going on in Sasau, come and see me.
Sasau?
There's nothing much happens here without my knowledge. Thomas is my name.
Well, then you are the right person I saved, I guess. Now that you're better, let me ask, do you know anything about crimps here in Sasau?
How are you doing? Feeling better yet?
Aye, much better. I'm truly grateful. A bit longer and I'll be able to run back to the woods and carry on. Well, never mind. Very kind of you to look in on me.
Truth be told, I didn't come just for your health.
What do you need?
Well, I've heard tell there's work for fearless men who enjoy a bit of silver.
Ah, I believe I can help you with that.
Oh, thank God I don't have to do the
They
jobs
used to
for
frequent
Simon.
the tavern, but now they meet in the church.
The church?
Aye, that's right. The church is locked at night, but if you see a light, the door will be open. Go in there and wait. Say a prayer or something, and then you'll see.
That's it? I don't need to speak to anyone?
Just doing what I told you is enough. They'll give you a good look over and see if you've got the metal. Don't you worry about that.
All right, thank you.
You took care of me, why wouldn't I help you? Tit for tat, eh?
Take care.
Thank you. Thank God. Very nice. Okay, so they meet at a church at night. Okay, so there's light in there. I'm guessing that is what I needed. So the door should be open. And these guys should be in here. He said I should say a prayer. And let's do that.
Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in
Amen.
heaven. What?
Dramatic music.
So, you've been looking for us, eh? What is it you want?
I want to join your gang. Guys.
I hear you're hiring men who don't mind getting their hands dirty.
Is that so? And where did you hear that?
Taverns and the like? People talk?
Well, that's a pretty tale. But no one in any tavern told you to come here and wait, did they? So let's have it. Who told you?
I don't recall his name, but he was one of your friends. He said that he couldn't take me straight to you, that I had to go through the church.
He was right about that. But he still said more than he should have.
I know my way around. You won't go wrong with me.
Spare me the boasting. I've got a test ready for you.
Sure.
Let's see how you handle it before you tell us how wonderful you are.
What
I
test?
am wonderful. I am the wonderfulest.
Nothing complicated. We used to take anyone who looked like they could keep their head on straight. But not now. Now you can only join if you do what we tell you.
Which is what? Steal something?
Nah, not theft. If you want to join us, you have to kill Pius.
Why do you want Pius dead? I don't think this is the time to ask questions, but maybe I can tell that to Sir Ratzig later.
Who's pious? And why should I kill him?
That's none of your business.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you anyway, because it's an instructive tale. Pius was one of us, but he fucked up.
How? Did he steal something?
Yeah, that was part of it. Stole some money, ran away. A few boys died over it. Showed a distinct lack of loyalty. And as soon as he's dead, you can join us.
Alright, where would I find him?
I'll have to find him first.
You don't need to find him. We know where he is.
Then why haven't you killed him yourselves?
It's quite a test. He's hiding in a monastery.
With the stable boys? It's not hard to get into the grounds.
No, not there. Oh, he would have been dead long since. He's in the, cloister, or whatever it is.
But only monks can get in there.
Just monks and pious. He's an educated bastard. Seems he used to be a priest, but it didn't quite work out.
And how can I get into the cloister? Well, I already found my way in there. Murder someone in a monastery? That's sacrilege. Well, we're not gonna do it, Henry. We'll just pretend we do it. Don't you have any other tests? What does Pius look like?
How would I recognize Pius?
He won't have been there long. He should be the only new one there.
But what if there are others? What does he look like?
Normal. He always
Wow.
went about well dressed and had a fine looking dagger.
Yes, except he'll be given a robe and they'll take his knife.
Then you'll have to try and figure out which one of the novices it is, and get him to betray himself. Try getting him drunk. Then send him straight to hell.
Get him drunk? In a monastery?
We're better. There's more wine there than in the royal cellars. And I doubt he suddenly stopped drinking.
How can I get in there?
And how am I supposed to get into the cloister?
You'll think of something. Maybe there's a secret passage. I've heard there's some cave underneath. The cave of St. Procopius. There might be a way into it from outside.
And do you have any other ideas besides secret passages?
Well, there is this one fellow been hanging around the taverns. Supposed to join the monastery soon. Might be he could help you somehow. I'd try talking to him if I were you. And if he doesn't help, knock him on his ass and take anything he's got that you could use to pass yourself off as him. A letter of admittance to the monastery, or whatever.
Okay. I'll do it, but let's go over the plan again first. No.
Fine. So I've got to kill Pius. He's in the cloister, and to get into the cloister, I'll need to enlist the help of some boy who's joining the order, right?
More or less. And now the main thing.
The main thing is to kill him, isn't it?
Of course. But that's not all. All hell's gonna break loose in the monastery after the murder. So, either make sure nobody finds him, or hightail it out of there quick as soon as the job's done. But better if they don't find him right away.
And what else? Should I come back here afterwards?
No. Before you run for it, take his special dice and bring it as proof that you killed him. And if you can get him to tell you where he hid the coin, bring that as well.
Bring his dice and the money if I find it. And where should I bring it?
From the monastery, head east across the river. There'll be a swamp where you'll find a fire pit. Go there at night and light a fire.
Oh,
Make it nice and big and we'll show up. Take the dice and the money, and then tell you where to report. Got it?
Right, I'm to slip into the best guarded place in the entire region and kill someone. Take his dice and money, and then go to the swamp and wait by the fire.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Well, you can at least say a few Hail Marys for me. I'm gonna need all the help I can get.
And remember, we'll be keeping tabs. So don't you try to run off, alright? See you later.
Sure, I'm still not gonna kill him. I don't know, maybe he should run away or something. I don't know. Ooh, Henry. Ooh. Okay, I got a key. What is that for? The monastery? Oh, it's the key for this door. Are you fucking kidding me? You could have just left the door open, you know? That would have been far easier. Okay, so there's a young dude who's supposed to enter the monastery as a novice, and we want him to help us. But I'm guessing it's too late to find him now. Is it? Oh, I should go to Sir Radzik, probably, right? Yeah, let's go to Sir Radzik. I'm guessing we'll hatch a plan that we don't kill anyone. And maybe he has ropes or something that he can give me. That would be awesome. Ah, there you are. Hello, sir. I'm supposed to kill someone. I don't think you want that.
Greetings, Henry. I hear you won the rat-eye tourney. Well done, lad.
Thanks, twice actually, about the investigation of the Neuhof massacre.
Sir, this investigation into the Neuhof massacre...
Oh, we are still...
It's getting a bit complicated.
What have you found out?
I tracked down a gang of robbers who recruited killers for Pribyslavitz. They know the Horsons who torched Neuhof.
That's excellent news. Did you find out any more?
So far, not much. If I'm going to infiltrate them, I have to do what they say. That means murdering one of their former cronies, a fellow they called Pius. Apparently he was at Neuhof too.
You have to kill a criminal to prove yourself to them? Huh. I don't much like the sound of it.
That's not the worst of it. This Pius is hiding out in the monastery pretending to be a novice. I'd have to get inside the cloisters to get at him.
Good God above, that's another matter entirely. They don't let just anyone into the cloisters, and the abbot won't give up any of the novices. Secular law has no jurisdiction inside the monastery. But this is the second time that something untoward has happened there. First the counterfeiters, now this. I'd be glad to have someone take a look inside.
Well, I have no other choice than to join the order. What is to be done with Pius once I find him?
What should I do with Pius once I find him?
Don't kill him. Bring him to the bailiff in Rattay. He'll interrogate the man and give him a fair trial.
It doesn't sound like an easy task, sir. Getting into the cloisters, finding Pius and then getting him to the bailiff.
Far from it, lad. But I have confidence in your abilities.
It seems like the only way to find Pius is to join the order. Damned if I know how, though.
A bit of meditation and learning would do you good. If it's really the only way to get to him, then you'll have to do it. I'm sorry I can't be of much help. Sadly, my relations with the monastery aren't entirely congenial. You'll have to figure something out for yourself. See you later.
Okay, well, this was a big waste of time. Thanks, Soradzik. That was... wow. Fine, then let's go back to Sassau and talk to the novice. I thought he might have, like, novice clothes or something. This was so unnecessary. So the novice is hanging around at the tavern? Seems a little counterintuitive. Carl! You have a name. It's probably
God
you.
be with you.
Are you Carl by any chance?
Are you Carl by any chance?
I am. Why do you ask?
I've heard that you're bound for the monastery.
Yes.
They did not
yes,
say your name.
It's true. But I've convinced my faithful guardian, Manfred, to give me a few more days of freedom. Mind you, he won't let me visit the brothel. So instead, I'm devoting those days to the demon drink. With whom do I have the honor of speaking?
My name is Henry.
We have the same hat.
Pleased to meet you, Henry.
What if I entered the monastery instead of you? Let's have a drink. Could we speak in private? Yeah, let's speak in private.
Could we speak in private? I have some, issues with the monastery.
Really? Well, I'd love to talk about it, but we won't have privacy as long as Manfred here has his head permanently stuck up my arse. Get rid of him for me, please. God be with you.
Alright, I will try. Manfred. Dude.
God save you, good night.
Friend.
What can I do for you?
Are you Manfred?
You're Manfred, the young lord's guardian?
Indeed I am. Why?
I have a message from the young lord's father. Would you let us have a word in private? Care for a drink? I'm not good at drinking, so...
I've been looking for you two for quite some time. I've been sent by the young lord's father with a message intended only for him.
Has my lord changed his mind at the last minute? Who are you? I've never seen you before. You look trustworthy enough. I'll leave you two alone for a little while.
Wow.
See you later.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Carl. The bestest of friends I ever had. Gonna sit down next to you. Let's talk. Manfred's taken care of.
Manfred's taken care of, just as you wanted.
Thank God. He won't let me out of his sight for a second, and he's itching to get me in the monastery so he can head back home.
I'm hungry. I'd like a bite to eat.
Why are you being sent to the monastery? Why is your guardian with you constantly? Why don't you run away? What if I entered the monastery instead of you? Yeah, why are you sent here?
Why are you being sent to the monastery?
Like every lusty young lad, I'm fond of fair maidens, but I got too fond of one, and let's just say she was, indisposed for 9 months.
But they don't send you to the monastery for that.
They do, when it's the daughter of the Lord of your feet.
Shit.
Wow.
Shit is putting it mildly. The Lord of Bukovo was less than pleased. He knows he'll never marry off his daughter now, so he gave father a choice. Either pay him 1,000 groschen in compensation, along with my balls on a silver platter, or pay 1,000 groschen and put me away somewhere no one will ever see me again.
Wow, why is your guardian with you constantly?
Why does your guardian never leave your side?
So I don't run away. Of course, I'm free to walk around, but he watches every step I take and won't stop until I'm behind the monastery walls.
Well, he's not watching you now.
What good is that to me when he has all the money, and even my saddle and riding cloak under lock and key?
Okay, why don't you run away? Well,
why don't you
we
just run
heard
away?
Bare-arsed. What the hell would I do? I don't know how to work, I have no money, and that old bastard's even taken my cloak. He has me in the palm of his hand.
But there are poor people everywhere and they get by somehow.
If I have to choose between hunger and poverty on one hand and the monastic life on the other, I'm afraid the monastery wins. If I could only steal that old man's pouch, I'd be gone faster than lightning and no one would ever see me again.
Okay. What if I entered the monastery instead of you?
What if I entered the monastery instead of you?
What? Voluntarily? You don't look like someone who'd want to spend the rest of his days on his knees praying. Well, that's your problem. You can only enter the monastery if you know how to read and write, and if you have a special writ from the abbot. That's a letter confirming they know who you are and that they've accepted you.
So you give me your writ?
Come in.
I'll just tell them I'm you.
Manfred has the writ. You'd have to take it from him, but he only puts it down when he sleeps.
So I'll steal it and then you can disappear.
Disappear? Bare-arsed. What the hell would I do? I don't know
blah,
how
blah,
to
blah, blah,
work.
blah. We heard this
If
before.
I have...
Alright.
That's all then.
Good luck then.
So I'm guessing they're sleeping
Ale
here.
for me.
Right?
Yeah, give me a minute.
So where is Manfred?
Right. Someone's at it.
He's there. I'm guessing right now is not the best time to pickpocket him, but I'll try anyway. But I'm gonna save before, because holy shit. God damn it. Okay. Okay, that was one thing. I stole the purse, but I still need the other thing. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Whew! Okay, I got both. Whew, alrighty. I got both. Here, have the coin. Go flee.
God's blessings. What can I do for you?
I got what you need.
I've got what you need.
Excellent. Give me the purse.
I'll bring it right away.
You can do as you like with the writ.
Nice. Give him the entire contents of the purse. Give him half. No, give him everything.
Here you are.
I have
Good
enough
luck,
money.
no matter what you plan on doing with those monks. Best be on your way now before Manfred finds out that he's been robbed.
And what are you going to do?
Get my things together and disappear. I want to be as far away as possible before that old man even knows I'm gone. Good luck then.
Alrighty, bye-bye. Alright, we have everything we need to get into the monastery. Then let's do that. Where's my horse? I heard you're looking for new monks. I'm here now. You can stop looking. Hello. I'm the novice Carl.
I'm Carl. I'm supposed to enter as a novice.
Not like you've all seen me
expected
before
you
or
sooner.
anything.
Weren't you supposed to come here with your guardian? It's been so hectic lately, people will keep turning up out of the blue.
Try to find out who came before me. He got drunk and couldn't get up. I'm here, aren't I? Yeah.
He gave me the papers and left me at the gate. You must be used to that, though. I'm not the first novice here, am I?
But that wasn't very considerate of him, was it? It's been so hectic here lately, novices arriving one after the other. The last one didn't even have a letter, and you'd think his backside was on fire, the way he kept looking over his shoulder.
You took him without the letter? You didn't find that suspicious?
My guess is he wanted to hide from someone. But he's a priest and knows how things work in the monastery. So there was nothing to prevent him from being accepted, at least temporarily. You're a different case, though. Are you able to read?
Naturally.
am.
I wouldn't be here otherwise.
So then, are you ready to enter the Order of Saint Benedict and renounce forever the temptations of this world?
Sure. Ow, ow, yes.
I am.
Then you must rid yourself of all your worldly possessions. Sell them or give them to the poor and needy or donate them to the monastery. You may not enter this place burdened by worldly goods. Inside the gatehouse is a trunk in which you will find monks' robes. Put away all your possessions and dress yourself in the habit. Then you may rest a while I go and see the prior to arrange matters for your acceptance. Take care.
Alrighty, let's get rid of the stuff then. I mean, we can always come back here and get it.
Strange feeling being without all of that. I didn't realise how much I'd grown used to it.
I can imagine, Henry. But we'll get it back.
Everything's prepared. It's time for you to take your vows.
Do I really have to wear this?
You'd better get used to it. You'll be wearing it for the rest of your life.
I won't. He doesn't have the hairstyle and the... So, who is it?
Brothers in Christ, we have gathered here today to welcome a new novice into our midst. Dear brother, forget your former life and embrace your new vocation in the community of the monks of St. Benedict.
Sure.
Opus Dei, obedientia, obprobria, the service of God, obedience, and endurance of all discomfort. These are the cornerstones and succor of our order, which on this day shall become your own. Suscipe me, Domine, secundum eloquium tuum, et vivam, et non confundas me ab expectatione mea.
There was a time where I may even have understood. Sing!
Suscipe me, Domine, secundum in loquium tuum vivam, et non confundas me ab expectatione me.
Wow. Beautiful,
Accept
Henry.
your new name, Brother Gregor, and wear it with honor. Welcome, brother.
Oh, you get kisses. Beautiful. Beautiful, Henry. That was a beautiful ceremony.
Welcome, brother. I am Antonius, a novice like you. I've been instructed to guide you around the monastery and tell you what you can expect and what your duties will be.
Oh, right. I have to find Pius, but he's no longer named Pius. That's okay. I see. Thanks for prompting me during the rite. Tell me something about yourself. Let's go then. Yes, thanks.
Thanks for helping me out during the ceremony. I had no idea what I was supposed to do.
You don't know Latin, do you? Don't worry. Work in the scriptorium will teach you fast enough. Why exactly are you here? Was it your choice? Or did someone force you to come?
I impregnated someone, apparently. I wanted to become a monk. The monastery is the easiest path to education. I'm being punished. Couldn't we talk about that later? I'm being punished.
I'm being punished. If it were up to me, I'd still be spending my days in taverns and my nights with whores.
I don't envy you. Unfortunately, you're here for the rest of your life.
Yeah, tell me something about yourself.
Would you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a novice and I'm here because I'd make a poor merchant. I like books and I want an education. Although I must say, so far the monastic life's been quite unexpected.
How?
Let's go then.
Good. But before we do, here's a letter directly from the prior telling you all your regular duties from tomorrow onwards. Make sure to read it this evening, so you know how things work. Right, we can go now. Follow me closely. I'll explain everything as we go.
So I actually have to...
Remember one word. Discipline. It's your job to work and pray. You serve the Lord now, not your own bodily needs.
So I have to follow schedule. That's kind of fun. The variety in the mission design in this game is really stellar. It's where this game shines, that's for sure. I mean, I've broken in here before. I kind of know where everything
This is the way to the dormitory, where we all sleep. You'll find a free bed there, which is now yours.
Thanks.
Do you know the first thing the monastery taught me? To appreciate sleep. We rise before dawn every day. Takes a bit of getting used to. This is the garden, a place for silent contemplation and meditation.
Food.
Centuries ago,
in
this
that
monastery
kitchen?
was founded by the most esteemed of brothers,
Keep the tastiest
Saint
morsels for
Procopius.
themselves.
His earthly remains can be found in a cave under the monastery, and his spirit wanders the corridors at night, punishing any misbehaving novices. So beware.
Sure, that definitely happens. I've been in here.
Here are the frattery and scriptorium, together with the library. These are the places where we work. Ora et labora. Pray and work.
That one I knew.
As a novice, you must always listen to your superior brethren. And above us monks are the prior and the circators, who punish every infraction. You'll know them by the canes they carry. Do what they say. This is the refectory, where we come together to eat. During meals, you must be silent. Only one brother reads aloud from the Rule of Saint Benedict.
The Rule is the only law we recognize, with the exception of those from God himself. If you break any of its precepts, expect a swift punishment. But I've already told you about the circuitous.
I will try to avoid them, thank you, Antonius. It's him,
The
right?
library, the pride of our monastery, a trove of learning. We don't just read books here, we also copy them. You, too, will learn how. And that's all. Today you are still free from duty, but tomorrow you begin work like the others. If you need anything, ask any of the brothers. We will be glad to help you. And I recommend you get to know the other novices. You already know me. Then there is Siskin, Yodok, and Lucas.
Thanks for showing me around. There's a lot to learn here.
Tell him about your search for Pius. No. Tell me something about yourself. I'm looking to get hold of some lockpicks. Why would I tell him that? Yes.
Will you tell me something about yourself?
There's not much to tell. I lived in Vlashim, and after my father died, I found out I wasn't much of a merchant. So I left the shop to my brother and decided to become a monk. It's peaceful here. There's food and lots of time to read.
So you chose to come here?
It may seem strange, but I'm one of the few novices that did. I might be the only one. The truth is, the idea of spending my life in a monastery was more appealing than being cooped up in a greasy old shop.
Weird. Thanks, though. Thank you, Antonius. That was very, very nice. And now we are in the monastery, free to move around and look for Pius. that we have to find somehow. But we will do that in the next episode, and I will end this one here. You guys, thank you so much for watching. Please stay safe, stay healthy. Bye bye und auf Wiedersehen.